Hello, and welcome to my first installment of What's the Librarian Reading? My name is Becky Pfile, and I am the Adult and Teen Services Librarian at Ripon Public Library. This week, I would like to talk about adult fiction. An emerging favorite author of mine is Jennifer Chiaverini, and I am currently reading Mrs. Lincoln's Rival. This story is about a woman named Kate Chase Sprague. And she was the daughter of Salmon P. Chase, who ran against Abraham Lincoln as in the presidential race of that time, 1864, I think it was. So it chronicles her life and her relationships that she has going on in her life. The thread in this story is about her relationship with Mrs. Lincoln. And so you see by the title, Mrs. Lincoln's Rival, that there is some rivalry between Kate and Mrs. Lincoln, stemming from Kate expected her dad to become the president at the time that Mr. Lincoln became president. In addition to that, Kate is sort of the belle of Washington, D.C., and Mrs. Lincoln is not well received among society, the women of society, as the president's wife. In this story, we learn about Kate and her growing up years. We learn about her rivalry with Mrs. Lincoln. We learn about her relationship with her husband. And while all of that's going on, a lot of the story is about the political climate at the time. And to be reading it right now as we're going through, we just had the current election and now there's still recounts and things like that going. It was very interesting to see similarities between the election today and the election in 1864. I wanted to talk about this book because I found that in this series that I have brought out to show you, the author threads stories together in the books. You don't have to read them in the order that they came out. As a matter of fact, I think Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker was first, which is this one, and then Mrs. Lincoln's Rival, and then Mrs. Lincoln's Sisters. I did not read them order. I actually read Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker first, then I read Mrs. Lincoln's Sisters, and now I'm in Mrs. Lincoln's Rival. And they thread together so well that you don't need to read them in order. And there's sort of like little Easter eggs through each of them that once you've read one and you're in the second one, you'll be able to pick up on those nuances as you read the story. So I encourage you to take a look at this. Jennifer Chiaverini, like I said, she's emerging as one of my favorite authors. And there are, she has this series, she has a quilting series, and she has some other ones that might fit nicely in with this series, but I don't know that they're actually part of it. So I encourage you to check her out. You can take a look for that, her as an author on the website. If you go to the Ripon Library website and go into search the catalog, if you search by author and put in Jennifer Chiaverini, it's hopefully we'll be able to see the spelling of her name. It's definitely not spelled the way it sounds to me anyway. But I also wanted to show you something that I found useful. So I have sort of a long commute to work, and I like to listen to stories when I'm driving. So I often will check out the Playaway along with the actual book. So the Playaway is an audio that you can listen to. And there's a couple ways that you can do it, and I'll show you this. So inside the package, you will actually find the little audiobook. And you can take your headphones and plug it directly into the headphone jack. What I do is use an aux cord and plug it into my car. And I wanted to show you an aux cord. I wanted to show you an aux cord so that if you're not familiar with this and how you can listen to this in your car, you'll have an example here. An aux cord is simply one of these cords that has the same jack as your headset. So you would plug it into the headset jack of the audiobook and then also into the auxiliary port in your car. And then it will play through the auxiliary function in your car. So I will listen to this as I drive, and it will tell you what chapter you're on. So I can easily go from listening to this and then taking the book inside and reading at home as well. So if you've never checked out a Playaway, I encourage you to do so. I find that listening to books challenges our brains in different ways in terms of comprehension and retention, different than it does if we read the words. And so I encourage you to, if you've never done it before, to try it, to give it a try. Look for the Playaway version on the website. The last thing I wanted to mention is that I also have Jennifer Chiavarini as a favorite author of mine. We have what's called the Favorite Author Club. The Favorite Author Club is found in your personal account on the website. So if you go to the website and you go to My Account, log in using your library card number and your PIN number. And if you click on the tab for Favorite Author Club, there's a list of favorite authors there that you can choose from, that you just click on, and it'll send you automatically, when we get new books from that author, it will automatically be put on hold for you. Jennifer Chiavarini is in that list. So I have her marked as one of mine. So anytime something comes out new from her, I automatically get on the hold list for it. If you don't know how to use your account online, please give us a call at the library. We would gladly help you get logged in. If you've never done it before, we can walk you through getting logged in. We can walk you through finding the Favorite Author Club. We can walk you through putting any of these materials on hold that you might want to read yourself. You can ask for me. Again, my name is Becky. I would be happy to help you do that. But any of our staff here at the library are more than capable and absolutely willing to help you get started on your journey with literacy in new formats. Thank you.